bring that third place award to number 311, Bashir Fadel. Second place award, if you're ready. Second place award, the number...
Okay, so we are at the expo hall right now. I just finished tanning. You can't tell here, but maybe you can tell here.
Oh, wow.
And the athletes meeting is in about 10 minutes. I'm just like really just telling myself like, don't fuck it up. You're like literally at this point, 15 hours from stepping on stage. Don't fuck it up. Don't do what you did last time and consume 200 grams of carbs in 2 hours, most of it coming from questionable dollar store sources. Just stay conservative.
Anyway, the meeting starts in 4 minutes.
Okay, we gotta go.
Each time, because you're in 3 different classes. If you're novice, true novice, and open, and you're all bikini.
This looks weird. We're starting the initial light carb up. So, what do you do when you want to get some more carbs in, but you want to keep sodium still relatively low? The basics. We got rice cakes, plain rice cakes that is, low sugar jam, and then just a bit of peanut butter. That, and then a cup of water, not too much water, and that's it. We're really trying to just stick to primarily easy, simple, digestible foods. Again, not trying to do what I did last competition. This is pretty much the inverse of that in terms of both quantity. I'm not carbing up nearly as high as I did that time, and also in terms of the simplicity of foods, really trying to do that.
Despite his many shady activities, like for example, his foundation effectively privatizing.
Okay, that was weird. McDonald's at like 5 in the morning, there's a surprisingly large amount of crackheads, even more than what I'm used to. Okay, we got 2 hash browns, egg McMuffin, and a chicken egg McMuffin. I don't know, chicken, okay? Like, I pretty much just tried to recreate a McChicken or a junior chicken, except with the breakfast stuff. And then we have a large apple juice. This is like the first time in like a year that I'm probably drinking a non-zero calorie, non-diet beverage, so it's a very, very special occasion. This one meal has more carbs and sodium than I've consumed in like all of yesterday combined, so you can tell I'm enjoying this. Oh, fuck. All right, we are done with the final spray tan. As you can tell, they do the face. They do the face on the second coats just before the show, so that way you don't look like this, like an Oompa Loompa since yesterday evening. Now I have to get back and start consuming very simple carbohydrates, continue pounding down the sodium, reasonable amount of water. You don't want to be like dehydrated, but you also don't want to be bloated from chugging 2 liters of water like half an hour before stepping on stage. We're going to keep it nice, we're going to keep it simple, nothing too crazy. Probably try to get at least another 100, 150 grams of simple, fast digesting carbohydrates, which is a fancy way of saying sugar, and practice my posing a little more, start pumping up, and that's it. At the end of the day, no matter how much I, sit here and bitch and whine, let's be honest, I placed 10th place at this show. And to be honest, this is what I've always wanted to do. I didn't get into this to wear board shorts and stand there and do pretty much 3 poses. I got into it to do the front double bicep, to do the rear lat spread, to do all of these things.
Igor Opushansky. Thank you, Igor. Final competitor in this class. All right, if you want to line them up, that'll be great. $313, $312, switch, $313, $312. $313 and $310, switch, $313 and $310 right beside each other. $311 and $313, switch, $311 and $313. All right, let's start with that. Front double bicep. And relax. 313 and 311, switch. Side chest pose. Back double bicep.
That's it.
And relax. Face the judges. Abs and thighs. Favorite classic pose. And relax. All right, guys, I want you to exit the stage except number 303. You just stay right here. We're going to get you to do your posing routine. You guys can go backstage. Get ready for your posing routine. We have the awards. We have the award presenter from Elite Physique. 3rd place. Bring that 3rd place award to number 311, Bashir Fadel. Second place award, if you're ready. 2nd place award, the number 313, Igor Opushansky. If you could present that award, Dan, that'd be great. And our winner in this category, number 310, Wyatt Dorion. Congratulations, gentlemen. Nice shot. There we go. Front double bicep. Everybody move over just a touch. There we go. Front double bicep. We got the shot. Just the winner now. Gentlemen, congratulations.
All right, guys, so Classic Physique is done. Placed second. Annoyingly close. The guy who won was definitely, I was standing next to him, like, he looks big. He looks like the one guy in the show for our category who might be like close to 200 pounds, which is, again, for a natural who's not like fucking 6'9", it's hard to get that big, or at least in visually speaking for me. Again, maybe I'm just having body dysmorphia. Point is, it was good. I was happy to be, you know, middle. They're kind of jumping me around there. I was like, and in the end, he also won the overall, which means like he just didn't beat me. He beat everyone in Classic Physique, so very well deserved. Still, okay. Now I got Men's Physique. Fantastic. I just realized that that guy who just beat me in Classic is going to be in Men's Physique. He's going to be in my head category, and he's wearing the exact same fucking board shorts because him and I both thought, hey, what a good idea, buy the blue Alphalete ones because why not? I don't know. I just chose these like off the cusp, and all right, great. All right, well, you know what? Maybe he beat me in Classic, but maybe I have a more Men's Physique-ish physique. I'm really happy with the Classic because that is what I've always wanted to do. That is what I fell in love with bodybuilding-wise, watching Arnold back in like when I was like 19 in my dorm room. Men's Physique is fun, and I've always, you know, I do take it seriously. But Classic Physique is something I've always wanted to try. I've been apprehensive because I'm like, am I not big enough? Am I not lean enough? Am I not this? Coming second feels good. Technically, I even qualified for the Canada Nationals. They actually had it last week. So they're like, hey, if you want, you can do it 51 weeks from now. Probably won't because, again, I don't like competing back-to-back years, but still, competing and qualifying for the Nationals is pretty cool. Either way, so I'm gonna get pumped up. I've been having a lot of fruit to go, just like 50 calories, quick sugars. It's just so hard to maintain a pump. Usually in the gym, you get a pump, lose it. Get it. Here it's just like you get it, lose it. Do it again, do it again, do it again for 2 classes for 2 hours. It's a lot. Point is, I'm looking forward to getting this over with. Not that I'm not enjoying it, but I'm tired. You get so dehydrated because you're not drinking enough water. There's not a water fountain around here. So everyone's getting like dehydrated. We're all doing this thing with our teeth. I don't know if you can see, but we're all kind of like, because we're all just so dehydrated. By the way, I got like 30 more minutes in this contest prep. And then it's over. After 5 months, I've been counting down the months, the weeks, the days. Now I got minutes, and then I can eat food again.
Alright, Men's Physique. This time around, unlike with the Classic, which you guys just saw, I really wanted that to play live so you guys can experience it pretty much the exact same way that I did, like you're right there in the crowd. Unlike with Men's Physique, I kind of want to walk you through a little bit, just especially for those of you guys who may not know how these kind of bodybuilding or Men's Physique competitions work. I'm going to walk you through some of the basics. Essentially, the first thing that they do is they bring you out, and this is we call these like call outs. This initial call out actually has nothing to do with your placing. What they do is they bring you out in numerical order, and that's the first time the judges ever see you. And like immediately they start doing some little like, you know, notes in their head as to, okay, these people are kind of towards the middle of the pack, towards the upper end, the lower end, and then we actually get into the call-outs. And actually the first time in my life when I didn't achieve this, and it was a crappy feeling, was last time I competed in 2019. I remember when they did the whole first call-out and they said, okay, that's it, and my name wasn't called. I gotta be honest, that was kind of a crappy feeling. Fortunately, this time I did make it in. You could see me right there on the edge. And essentially right off the bat, I can kind of tell already that realistically, like, you know, like a top 3 finish is probably out of the cards for me because they're not moving me into the middle. They're rearranging guys, moving them around, putting people together who they want to be compared. But essentially the further you are from the inside, the further you are from the top 1, the top 3 placings. And, you know, that's sort of unfortunate, but at the same time, it's also kind of understandable because we have some new competitors. You can kind of tell right off the bat just by positioning that the top two is going to be down to that really jacked black guy in the middle, and then kind of the guy to his left, competitor number 310, who is actually the guy who just beat me and took the overall classic physique. It's in this category, I actually placed 5th. So a little bit of a knockdown compared to classic physique, but that's also okay because again, they're looking for a somewhat different look, which tells me, hey, maybe I actually have a frame that's built a bit more for classic physique than I had previously anticipated. And also there was, again, the introduction of a few new competitors who really kind of increased the competition level, especially the guy who placed first. He's actually the one who ended up taking the overall. I do still believe I had a bit of a conditioning advantage over the guy who finished 4th. I do feel that I was like 1 or 2% body fat leaner than him, a bit more crisp. However, his structure and his overall size and his like gargantuan shoulder to waist ratio, it was just too much for me to overtake. Again, me being someone who is not necessarily blessed from a genetic standpoint in terms of bone structure, in terms of narrow waist, all that stuff. Point is, unfortunately, although I am relatively happy with this, definitely better than 10th, the last time I competed, yeah, I did not make it into the top 3. At least not in men's physique. Okay, that is technically, guys, that is it. Like, this is actually what I wanted. This is what I always, looked up to back when I first discovered bodybuilding, watching Pumping Iron, watching like Lou Ferrigno and Arnold go at it, but then Serge Nubret came in and pulled a little bit of an upset, something like that. Like 3rd place, this guy, for example, I think him and I were kind of definitely close because although I did in the end beat him a little bit because I think I had overall better size and structure, he was definitely, I would say, leaner than me. Like his midsection and his chest, there were some poses where it was just like straight up shredded. Like we were talking, potentially under 8% body fat. 1st place, definitely, I think, had a superior physique to me. And unfortunately, even like my back, which is usually the one place where I could, edge out a lot of people, even that, which is like my final last stand, my secret weapon, even that, the guy had like a just overall equally lean, but somewhat wider, bigger back. I was like, shit, if I don't have this, well, yeah, 1st place definitely did get away from me. But on a somewhat more negative side, one thing that kind of sucks is that for the 5th time in a row that I've competed, even though it's a natural show and it says, natural, they even take a $50 drug testing fee from every single competitor that signs up, no drug testing was done, at least not that I saw. Nobody came up to me, even though I finished, top 3, in this case, 2nd in my class. So I'm a little offended. But I didn't see anybody else. I didn't see like men in white lab coats come and whisk away competitors after they placed 1st or something to randomly drug test them. I didn't see any of that going on. Now, does that mean that I'm like accusing anybody? No, I didn't see anybody, at least not that I saw or competed with, having a physique which necessitated speculating that you are on something. I mean, again, I placed 2nd. You guys know that I'm not taking shit. The guy who beat me, yeah, he was better, but he wasn't that much better. It's not like he had 30 pounds in muscle, 5% less body fat. A lot of the differences between us were just due to like superior things like bone structure, muscle insertion, probably, dieted a little bit longer, harder. These aren't crazy things that necessitate, me accusing anybody of drug use. It didn't really seem like that. I didn't see any physiques that were that crazy. This is really what natural bodybuilding truly looks like. Now, that being said, does it mean that all of us look like shit and you could never even hope to achieve the level of a physique comparable to guys who are taking gear? No, actually. There are people out there, a lot of people out there, who will take juice, who will take gear, who will take steroids, and don't even look that good. They don't even look to a point where you would assume they're taking stuff because it's that sort of lackluster. And I could attest to this myself. I have known people in the past. I knew guys in college who was doing stuff like that, and then they were like smaller than me. Not me now, me in 2011 when I was like 10 pounds smaller than I am right now, so like a bit less impressive, and I was still like, shit, really? You take gear to look like that? No offense, what the fuck are you doing? Now on the flip side, you have us,
And I think everybody in my competition, again, despite not looking big or lean or crazy enough that you have to like scream natty or not accusations or steroid accusations or any of that stuff. That being said, if they were taking gear, it also wouldn't be that much of a shock either because their physiques were good. They were lean, they were big, it was possible, right? I wouldn't be like, oh my God, you're lying. Holy shit, your gear must be bunk because it's like, I'd be like, no, okay. You're a dick for competing in a natural organization, but it's understandable because you are big and lean and this and that. It's not shocking from a visual perspective. I am saying that it's possible to achieve a physique which is on par with some guys on gear if you put in the time, if you put in the effort, if you know, I'll be honest, have somewhat above average genetics. You know, it definitely does help. And especially if we're comparing to someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, there's some 19-year-old kid who just like buys steroids on the internet or something. If you're comparing yourself to a 12-year IFBB pro veteran, then no, obviously not. But what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of dumb fucking kids out there who'll take gear and end up looking less than someone like in my position or in many of the guys I competed with who actually have taken the longer route and done it naturally. And then, like, we're actually somewhat comparable. Actually, the guys that I competed with, we actually might be a bit superior, despite the fact that, hey, we did this, yeah, it took a bit longer, but we didn't have to sacrifice our balls and our endocrine system, cardiology, health, all this shit, our fertility potentially. We didn't have to sacrifice it in the process. That's kind of what I wanted to get. Again, that was one of the main things I talked about when I first started this, this series in episode 1 to begin with. Because when I see shit like that, all these TikToks and shit saying like, oh, natural bodybuilding is bullshit. It's not even, it's not even real. It's a waste of time. You're a fucking beta or you're dumb.
I don't like naturals. I don't approve of what they do. If they all collectively died of dick cancer, I would literally giggle.
I'm already fucking jacked as it is. I'm not natural. I'm not a fucking beta.
Or you'll never look like anything close to us guys taking gear. My response to that is kind of like, actually, no. Because I was able to look like fucking this on nothing but creatine, Monster energy drinks, and I don't know, fucking like candy flavored protein powder. That's it. If you're a young guy, maybe someone, somewhat newer to fitness, and you're kind of tired of being bombarded from every fucking angle on TikTok or whatever, of people saying that natural bodybuilding is beta as shit, and you're never gonna look good, and you're never gonna look something like that, honestly, it's very simple. Simply tell them to suck my fucking dick.